What is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and I am super excited to make this video today because yesterday we reached 10,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, which just blows my mind, and to be quite honest, it came way quicker than I was expecting. I started this channel back in January with the goal of making it to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And on May 1st, I had just about 200 subscribers, and a series of videos that blew up with the YouTube algorithm led me from going 200 subscribers at the beginning of May to 1,000 subscribers at the end of May to 10,000 subscribers today on July 10th, which is just so amazing. And so for those of you guys who have been watching the channel, who have engaged in the content, who have commented, liked, and subscribed, I really appreciate you. And for those of you guys who have been consistently commenting and consistently engaging, I want you guys to know that that does not go unnoticed. I do recognize a lot of y'all's usernames. I know those of you who come back and watch the videos over and over as I publish new ones, and I really do appreciate all of you guys who are part of this community. And so to celebrate the 10,000 subscriber milestone, today I wanted to go through and give you guys my top 5 tips for growing a YouTube channel from 0 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in just under 6 months. So let's get started. My number 1 tip is probably the only generic tip that I have for you guys, and that is to be consistent. If you guys Google how to grow a YouTube channel, this is oftentimes the number 1 tip that comes up, and it's the importance of consistency in posting and publishing content. And I could not agree with this more. There's a few reasons why consistency is really important. Number 1 is that the YouTube algorithm rewards consistency. They want to see their YouTube creators constantly posting new content and constantly bringing their subscribers back onto the YouTube website. And so the more you post, the better your channel will be. There is really no better way to kill a YouTube channel than to be super inconsistent with your posting. I see it all the time. People will declare that they're starting a YouTube channel, they'll get started, they realize that it's way more time consuming and way more difficult than they thought, and then they get discouraged, and then they only post like once a month, and then they get mad that their channel's not growing, and it's a never-ending circle. If you are somebody who's wanting to start a YouTube channel, I would highly encourage you to do what I did. At the beginning of January, I told myself that I was going to post 2 to 3 videos per week, every single week for an entire year. I committed myself to doing that regardless of how busy my schedule was, regardless of if I was traveling, regardless of my dedication that week or how I was feeling that week. I was going to post no matter what. And, you know, so far over the last 6 months, there has been times where I didn't feel like posting, where I've been really tired, where I've been busy, where I've been feeling discouraged. And the idea of creating a video was something that just didn't seem appealing. But I still recorded, I still published, and I still did it because it's what I committed to. And I think that committing yourself to 1 year allows for a few different things. One is it sets yourself up for a consistent schedule. So figure out how many videos you want to post a week. Is it 1 a week? Is it 2 a week? Is it 7 days a week? However many you can reasonably and realistically post per week. Figure that out and then commit to it for an entire year. The reason why I say a year is that it gives you enough time to 1, see if this is something that you want to pursue, and 2, it gives you some time to gain some traction. The fact is that your channel isn't going to blow up in a week. And yeah, it's possible, and for some people this does happen, but it's incredibly rare. And chances are you're going to have to give yourself some time in order to see some real traction and some real progress with your channel. So be consistent with your channel, post consistently, determine how often you want to post, and then commit yourself to doing that on a consistent basis for an entire year. If you do that, chances are you will be pleased with the results at the end of the year period. Number 2 is don't overthink it. I think so often people with not only YouTube, but just business in general, they want to have everything perfectly mapped out before they get started. And in my opinion, I think that this is one of the best ways to either fail at your business venture or never start your business venture. I am a huge believer in almost every aspect of my life to just get started and learn along the way, and to realize and acknowledge the fact that you're probably going to make mistakes in the beginning. And I think that YouTube is a perfect example of this. As this channel started to grow, I started getting more and more inquiries about like what filming setup I use, what camera equipment I use, what I did in order to learn how to film and edit videos. And the fact is that I really didn't do anything. The camera equipment that I'm using is camera equipment that I already had from a project that I worked on a couple of years ago. All in all, this equipment altogether, excluding my laptop, was about $500. And if I didn't want to invest $500 into equipment, and if I didn't already have this equipment, I would have just used my iPhone. And so you don't need to have expensive film setup. The computer that I have is the computer that I've used for years, and I bought it for reasons totally unrelated to YouTube. The microphone that I use is $8 and it connects to my computer and records through QuickTime. The editing software I use is iMovie, and I learned how to use iMovie by watching YouTube. You don't need to have everything planned out. You don't need to have your content be super professional. You don't need to have everything be perfect before you get started. The important thing is to get started and then to learn along the way. And each video you post, and if you're posting consistently, like my first tip, then you will get better and better on a weekly basis. And by the time a year comes around, your videos will be vastly better than they were whenever you started. And so don't overthink the process, don't overthink your channel, don't overthink your business venture, and just get started and learn along the way. My third tip for you guys is probably the biggest factor in how my channel got to 10,000 subscribers in under 6 months. You see, it took me from January 16th until May 1st to get to about 250 subscribers. And from May 1st to July 9th, I got to 10,000. And a big reason for that is because I started creating videos that filled a need and that answered a question that a lot of people had. You see, whenever I first started YouTube, I was creating evergreen content. And for those of you who don't know what that is, evergreen content is basically content that is going to be relevant all the time, no matter what time of year it is, no matter what year it is, no matter what's going on. For example, a lot of my content revolved around having a Turo business, revolved around investing, revolved around my past in the stock market, things like that. And that content is good content to have, but it's not the best content to grow a channel because the content and the subject isn't being actively searched on through Google and through YouTube and through other search engines. The thing that really grew my channel over the last 6 weeks was creating videos about stimulus packages, which is something that a lot of people find to be extremely confusing. A lot of people have questions about it, and a lot of people are searching for answers. As a result, whenever people are searching on what the EIDL program is, or what the PPP is, or if they qualify for the PPP, they search these things on Google and my videos come up. And that makes it so that they then click on the video, they watch, they subscribe, and this is happening with thousands of people every single day over the last 6 weeks, which has then blown my channel up from 200 subscribers to 10,000. So I think that though evergreen content is great and you absolutely should not discredit it for your channel, and I think it's an important part of any channel, I think one of the best ways, in my opinion, and in my experience in growing a channel quickly is to find a trending topic and then creating videos that solve a need around that same topic. And there are trending topics and there are needs in every single niche. For me and for the business and personal finance niche, it was stimulus packages. But there are these exact same types of things in the automotive niche, and the fashion niche, and the DIY niche. It doesn't really matter what niche it is. Just find a trending topic, create videos on that topic, and then your channel will probably see an increased views in the process. My fourth tip for you guys isn't really a tip, it's more of a statement, and that is regarding SEO and titles and thumbnails and things like that. I've been getting a lot of questions on this recently on tips and tricks regarding SEO tools and how to get your videos to rank in search engines. And I think the number one thing with ranking on search engine results or SEO is you need to find a topic and a niche that isn't overly saturated. For example, I've been doing this myself with my channel, is I saw that stimulus packages were becoming really popular on YouTube and a lot of people were starting to do the content. And so what I decided to do was I did a ton of research on the EIDL program specifically, and I decided that I was going to be an expert in regards to the EIDL program. And I started creating videos on that. And as a result, I was able to rank with search results for the EIDL program specifically because I didn't have to compete with as many people. And more people were able to see my videos and more people were able to subscribe and I got more views in the process. But the same can be said with any industry and with any niche. The other thing about SEO is that it's constantly argued about how important SEO is and what aspects of SEO are important. There's a lot of importance put on tags, for example. And though tags are important, they aren't the end-all be-all to a successful YouTube video and a successful YouTube channel. The three things that I would concentrate if you're a new YouTuber is your title. Make sure that your title is descriptive and it allows people to want to click on that video. The other is thumbnail. You want your thumbnail to be engaging. And the other is audience retention. You want people to watch your videos and you want them to keep watching your videos. If the YouTube algorithm sees that people aren't clicking on your videos, or whenever they are clicking, they're not staying and watching the full length of your video will never be acknowledged by the YouTube algorithm. you want to get people to click and you want people to watch as much of the video as possible. So the more they watch, the longer they watch, the better it is for your channel, and the more of a likelihood there is that the YouTube algorithm will promote your video to a wider audience. If you're looking for specific SEO tips, a YouTube channel that I used a lot and I still like it a lot today is the channel Brian G. Johnson. He has a lot of good videos talking about how to grow a channel and how to increase audience retention and click-through rate and those sorts of things. If you have not checked him out, I would highly recommend it. I will include a link to his channel in the description below. Another great resource is an app called TubeBuddy. It's basically like a Chrome extension for YouTube. I use the version that costs $4.99 a month, but it's a great way to do keyword research and to figure out which keywords rank best for different searches. And so if you have not used that, I would highly encourage you to do so. I believe they have a free version, or I know that they used to, and so even if it's not a free version, it's only $4 and you don't have to sign any sort of contract. And so it's a great tool to look into and to help get a better understanding of SEO and how that works. And so I would definitely recommend checking out both of those resources. My last tip is probably my most important one, and it's definitely the one that I credit to why I grew to 10,000 subscribers in 6 months, and really why I grew to 9,800 subscribers in 6 weeks. And that is the tip of, if you are somebody that has a video that gets acknowledged by the YouTube algorithm, meaning that this video does disproportionately well compared to your other videos, the first thing you need to do is you need to record a video on a similar topic and publish it within the next couple of days. I will give you guys my own personal example. I created my first stimulus package video on May 1st. It was my very first video to hit the YouTube algorithm, and that video got just about 1,000 views in the first 24 hours. In comparison, up until that point, I was lucky to have a video reach 100 views in its first 24 hours, and this one did roughly 10 times better than that. So after that video popped off with the YouTube algorithm, I created another video on stimulus packages, and that one also did well, and then another one, and that one also did well, and then it was a domino effect from there, and it was each video from there did better and better and better. And as a result of these stimulus packages videos doing better, my other content was doing better as well. So my Turo videos started to increase, my investing videos started to increase, my videos like this started to increase. Everything on my channel started to improve because the algorithm was recognizing these stimulus package videos, and it was bringing it to a very wide audience. And as a result, it then eventually led me to have my first video that reached 100,000 views, and then my first video that reached 200,000 views. And it really was kind of the catalyst that made me reach 10,000 subscribers in less than 6 months. And so if you are somebody that has a channel and you're creating videos and one of your videos reaches the YouTube algorithm, do not change things up. Stick to what is working and create a video on that same type of subject and publish it within really the next couple of days, as soon as you can publish it. And hopefully, and I've heard this from a number of different creators, YouTube will recognize that second video with the algorithm as well, and it will bring it out to a wider audience, bringing you even more views and more subscribers. Now, I could probably go on forever on different things that I've learned over the last 6 months that have helped me grow my channel. But one of the things that I want to end this video on is a quote by the creator Brian G. Johnson that I talked about earlier in this video. And I absolutely love this quote, and it is the quote of "Embrace the cringe." If you are somebody who is starting a YouTube channel or somebody who is just kind of putting yourself out there in general, it is going to be cringy. Like, there is absolutely no way to avoid it. It's something that is going to be super cringy, it's going to be super nerve-wracking, and unless you have a crazy high level of confidence, you're probably going to be extremely nervous about it. And whenever I first started YouTube in January, I was constantly having to tell myself this: embrace the cringe, embrace the cringe, embrace the cringe, because I needed to remind myself that eventually it won't be as cringy as it is now. And that's exactly what has started to happen, is as I've started publishing more videos, I'm more comfortable in front of the camera, I feel more confident in front of the camera, I don't feel like I'm talking to an empty room of one other person anymore, and as you grow your audience, it becomes easier to put yourself out there. But the fact is that any YouTuber, whether they have 10,000 subscribers or 10 million subscribers, at one point in time, they also had to embrace the cringe. And so if you're somebody who is wanting to get started with YouTube, I would highly, highly encourage it. This experience has been really, really great. It is significantly better than I could have ever anticipated or ever planned for. And again, I want to say a thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed, who have liked, who have engaged or viewed one of my videos. And I have a lot planned for this channel that I am super excited about, and I hope that you guys are excited for it as well. I would love to hear your thoughts or any comments you have on this video. Have you guys grown a YouTube channel? If so, what tips and tricks do you have? I would love to hear your thoughts in your comments down below, so make sure to leave a comment and I will respond to each and every one. While you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. I cannot wait to reach the next milestone. I will see you guys in the next video.